Evening. What's up, brother? How you doing? I hope everybody
Good,
doing
good.
okay. Man, I'm having trouble with my internet. I don't know what's going on. It's laggy. If I cut off the airway, you know what's going on. But anyway, Robert, we have a lot of stuff today, man. I've been going through a rabbit hole of, as we talk, as you guys see on the thumbnail, aliens. It is a subject that is not rare as it used to be back in the days. Nowadays, it's more mainstream. Everybody's talking about it. Like the top 10 podcaster has touched on the alien subject in the last what 2 years. They have touched on that subject because predominantly, I believe, the disclosure project or the everybody was waiting on the government saying yes, the aliens are real. And they haven't came out like that. They just came out like subtle, like in Congress, uh, like Obama saying not even a week, like a couple of days ago, I had the clip that he admitted that aliens are real. He just admitted it on the podcast. And people over,
Well,
but I don't know, Robert. This is a good topic, and we haven't touched on aliens in months, so it's back. It's good to be back and touching on this subject because are really interesting. What you got, brother?
well, yeah, and it's like you said, it's really good to talk about something else besides politics.
Hmm.
Politics is very important, and what we're about to touch is very important too. And as everybody knows, we are Christian based. I have found foundations as Christians. So, what when we say aliens, in my opinion, in my belief, I believe they're demonic beings portraying to be this aliens. I honestly think it's more of an and when I call them demonic, they're not like evil creatures. No, 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 no. They're just fallen angels that followed Lucifer. And again, my belief is very much not in the contemporary belief. I'm not aligned with any denomination. I'm not a religious person. I'm just a follower of Yeshua, the Christ, the King of Kings. Um, and so, anyways, as we go through this, I'm also going to look at it as, you know, what a non-believer would look at it. But in my belief, I'm just stating it right now, right from the jump. But this whole conversation started because one day we were just talking. If you guys seen the stream yesterday, we were just like, man, what what distractions and what happened to things that we've talked about? And like you said, aliens. I mean, it was a conspiracy. Remember, just like the what was it? Uh, chemtrails conspiracy. The water is making the frogs gay a conspiracy, and it's just like they're coming true. And now, they're not denying that the aliens are fake or not real. These entities, right? So I don't know.
It it is more real than we thought it would be, and they make their appearance more obvious. I would say. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like everybody have a phone nowadays. It's not like 10, 20 years back, and people, these cell phones were like in the I would say they didn't have no camera. They just a little screens. You can flip it, you can text. Nowadays you can shoot, you can do a whole movie with your cell phone, and you could do a lot of stuff. But back then, man, it was crazy. Like you talk about aliens and people look at you weird. Now you talk about alien and people talk to you about like what kind of species you talking about. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
What species?
exactly. And here's the other thing too. Um, they you talk about having your phone and you taking your picture, and you're not even safe to take a picture of that either, because the moment you take a picture of a they don't say extraterrestrial. Julio, they say classified photo. So if you take a picture of an alien from your phone, it's now called a classified photo. And then because you have that, you can go to prison. In fact, there's three or two people that they name that knows that were the ones that leaked these photos to the internet. And with AI being involved, we don't know which is AI, which one's true. And those guys are in the run. No one knows where they're at. They're probably already locked up in Guantanamo Bay for all we know. But
Right.
it's just
It's crazy, man. I'm telling you. Let me show you a video of a interview. This guy, the microbiologist. If you see his face, he passed away under mysterious circumstances. You probably know who he is, but take a look. Remember, the internet is slow.
if you want, I can play it on my end.
Yeah, it's right here. Let me see if I can play it, and
Let
if
me
we
pl-
have any.
let me play it on my end if you want. I'll just click it.
Yeah, yeah,
Here
yeah.
you
Let
go.
me copy it and send it to you.
No, I can do it. It's just if I do it on my end, it'll go based off my. Let me see. Hold on.
So,
We
And
often
it's probably on
here
forget.
we
my.
go. Here we go. Ready? And no, yeah, it's not. Oh, because
No,
it's not downloaded,
I,
huh?
no,
Yeah, then you might have
no,
to
it
send
is a
that to
screen
my.
share. So yeah, I'll send it to
Okay,
you.
there we go.
Sorry,
You sent it to me. All right.
yeah, I did. Yeah, internet is slow on my end. Sorry, guys. Sorry, we had to do it. We had to do it by on his end. I have an issue since this morning, since I got back from the range, uh, and it's been a headache ever
All
since.
right. All right.
Been
Ready?
a total headache.
Here we go.
with which I was associated. Was approximately 3.5 feet tall. He had a dark brown appearance, very ruddy appearance to his skin. He was in a highly pressurized clean sphere. He exuded glycoprotein-like material through pores on his skin, which was associated with the neuritis, the neuropathy that which we were dealing.
Did this have an odor to it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I couldn't perceive any odors whatsoever. I was inside my. But I would imagine. But I have no data set to say what it would have smelled like. And in fact, there was nothing I read that indicated whether or not there was an odor. Why? I'm wondering. You've asked that before. That's why I'm wondering.
Well, yeah, I've heard about this secretion coming through the pores of the skin before, and there have been those who've had encounters to say they could smell an odor
Okay.
from the skin.
All right. Where were we?
You were describing
3.5 feet, large head in comparison to torso. So the ratio of the cranial to the torso area would be larger than in what we would call a modern human being. Large, bulbous black eyes. The whites of the eyes had been selected out, so it looked like a large pupil, basically. When you look into his eyes, you feel like you're going to fall into his eyes forever. And I think that probably had something to do with the telepathic nature of his mental structure. Large arms, large length. 4 very thin, sinuous fingers, nails, not as long as presented in some of the images that you showed me in the past. The ones done by Tom Mack, was it? By Tom?
Bill, you guys.
Oh, yeah, that's it. The Puppet Master photos. I'm smiling because Puppet Master leads me to other nicknames. But he was hunched over most of the time, could not support himself fully, given muscular atrophy, and that had to do with the peripheral neuropathy under which he was suffering. So he would grunt and move toward me almost in a flopping fashion. Feet were large in comparison to what we would say our feet would be. He was unclothed for. Yeah, he was unclothed, which bothered him. He wanted to wear clothing and was refused in every turn. Called himself captive and justifiably so. His feet were unusual in that the plantar area had a very large knob underneath what we would call our heel. His facial features were grotesque in comparison to what he showed me what normal would be. He was
Normal of his type.
yes, yes. He was bilaterally symmetrical to the extent that the disease process was not changing his facial features. Nose was recessed, not a nose like we have, but basically two opercula, two orifices. An extremely small mouth, a hard palate, no teeth. His musculature, again, it was suffering from the problem at the myoneural junction due to the neuropathy.
Do you have any idea what his chronological age was?
622.
622.
Gentleman.
Wow, that was old, and he passed away from I would say a beating. I saw a picture of him. He was beat up, and they call it suicide for some reason. As always, all these whistleblowers ended up being either silenced forever. They just they get scared, or they just being unalive in mysterious circumstances. And it's happening over and over. It's just a pattern of like fear and silence people. But uh, I would like to talk on the subject of the Miami mall incident that brought attention back in 2024. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it is a great subject, and when I saw it for the first time, I think I wasn't even starting on my podcast. I was like in the thinking stages of it, but it happened early in the first quarter of 2024, and it happened in Miami. They rule it out as a brawl or bunch of teenagers running, doing teenager stuff at the mall. But there is a lot of pictures, and there was a lot of images that dictated otherwise, and it took a weird turn in the middle of it. But I believe it was something else. It was
And
not
and
what
and
it's not what they're saying. I believe it's something else.
and remember that year or that time, it was in Spain that they lost power. Remember, or wasn't it Madrid? Right?
Yeah, it was in Europe. Yeah, yeah. And by the way, one of the CERN, which is a atom collider, right? They call him atom collider.
Mm-hmm.
It is in Europe. There is a few of them, but I think one of them is in Europe. I don't know where it is located exactly, but I know one is in Europe, and I guess they turn it on, and something happened. Every time they turn it on, weird phenomena happen. Either locally or somewhere, something happened. But let's play this video, and I think I have the video right here for you guys. And this is the moment that everybody saw from the helicopter view of what happened on that evening. Just
And
take a look.
remember, this is supposedly the cops are going there because there's a
Yeah.
a fight of teenagers.
It's
So
like 50 teenagers. That's what they say, like
yeah,
50
they said
teenagers.
teenagers are fighting, and just look at how much military police are all there.
I know, right? For a bro, like you have like 20 cops, like 20 cop cars. It's crazy, but just take a video. Take a look at the video. right there, you see right there. Let me pause it. Right here, there at the top portion by the building. Yeah, right there. You see a shadow, and I will play the video again so you can see it moving. Now you focus your attention into that area, that upper portion between the cop cars and
So
the
if you're
building.
looking, yeah, so if you're looking, look at the pier with the steps. There's a
Yeah.
light there and a silhouette of something that, if you look at it and pay attention where the head is at and
Mhm.
how tall that thing is compared to the cars and the distance. So
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna play it again. Just take a look. Right, man, that's crazy. And I think I have a picture still. Yeah, I have a picture still. Let me show you with the picture still. Let me show you that instead. Right there, that little portion. And man, that's crazy. And they were estimating between 8 foot tall to
some said
10,
it was 10 foot, yeah.
yeah, 10
And
foot tall. And that was like, I mean, these news went around the world in matter of minutes. It was all over.
2024, if you haven't heard this, which
Yep.
there's surprisingly a lot of people that don't know about this, which
Hmm.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it didn't happen that long. And when me and my wife talk about it, Julio, we were just like, well, what happened to that? I remember they had a hearing, and I have a video, and because of this hearing, it just the guy is not saying anything. This guy is an intelligence agent. I don't know from what branch or anything. I try to find the actual original video,
Right.
but this guy, what he says, he names the people that are wanted, the people that actually released the video. But big government shut it down. And because of this guy, I don't know, Julio is making it me feel like it's it's actually serious. Can I play the video real quick?
Yeah, go ahead, play the video, please.
Yeah, just Julio hasn't seen this one, so he might already have this video. But I'm just gonna play it. Here we go.
Go ahead.
Here we go.
Individual named Fitz. My testimony will touch on this matter, and I've been asked to approach with extreme caution. The incident at the Bayside Marketplace in Miami on January 1st is currently classified, and I've been instructed to refrain from divulging certain details due to the ongoing nature of the investigation. However, in the interest of transparency, I will provide what little information I am authorized to share. A New York resident we will be referring to as Fitz was indeed present at the Bayside Marketplace on the night of the incident. The DOD has confirmed that Fitz may have witnessed something classified. Reports indicate that this individual captured footage of the event in question, footage that, as of now, remains classified and has not been retrieved by the federal government. This footage, if revealed, could have profound implications. Not an individual named Fitz.
So if you guys know who this guy is,
Oh,
let us know in the comments
yeah,
because
I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise for
oh
you about it.
man, oh okay, that
I
usually
have
means something good.
I have a
But
surprise for you. But yeah, we had the same video. We on the same page. I have the same video. But let me bring you. Let me see if I can bring it up. I can have it right here.
which
Oh,
I
by the
just
way,
messed up this whole thing by playing this video. I didn't know they
nah.
had music. You know what I mean?
No, brother. Hey, check this out, man. This is. I mean, if you remember this, this is I believe 1980s, either 84 or between 84 and 87, when Ronald Reagan make his famous speech at the UN. Take a look, and this would kind of bring everything kind of like full circle, like Saki said, circle, circle back. But take a look.
Oh man, they
We
took us
often
out of
forget how
Facebook.
much unites all the members of humanity. Perhaps we need some outside universal threat to make us recognize this common bound. I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
Mm.
What could be more alien to the universal
Oh,
aspirations of our peoples than war and the threat of war?
How about that speech?
wow.
How about that speech? And that kind of sparkle like a lot of people interest on this subject of extraterrestrial and alien, life form. And I'm agree with you. Sometimes we have to look everything as a biblical context, and sometimes we have to look at it as a non-biblical, like actual, like physical beings that we can touch and see, whatever, out of space. For me, I would say 50-50. It could be either or they could be us 1,000 years from now. Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows?
And
But
and
man,
and
this,
see
this
and
is
see
very
where
interesting subject.
and where I get, and for people to understand
Mhm.
where I'm getting my basis that this is biblically, and these are fallen angels, because if you guys remember the book, and when you guys get to the chance of the book of Samuel, first and second, and you hear about Elijah and how he got picked up by a
Mm.
chariot of fire. Okay, Elisha is the one that's writing this, I believe, or Samuel's writing this, or I believe. And again, think of it this way: think of the author who wrote these passages of the Bible. There were men that were inspired by God, but at the same time, for God, He doesn't have to break things down to a child. Because think of it: when you're trying to explain to a 3-year-old what a car is, what is the best way to explain to him? You can't, right? So at that moment of time in the human history, our minds weren't there yet. So if you had taken a car in the past, back in those times, how would they describe a car? They would say it was a beast that rumbled. It had lights of fire, because they didn't have lights. They didn't have LEDs. If they saw us talking to this thing right here, they would think we're, it's, oh my gosh, you're making magic, and you're angelic. So, but then at that same arguments, someone that doesn't believe in the Bible will say, well, maybe they weren't anything with God. Maybe they were extraterrestrials that came here. And Star Trek: The Next Generation made a very compelling episode about that, right? And we
I
can't
remember.
be, yeah, we
Yeah.
can't be denying that the I guess the scenario that could happen, basically.
Yeah, definitely. And as many people probably seen, even Da Vinci, one of his paintings, if you look at it, they have like little spacecraft on it, like in different paintings around the world. Uh, we have pyramids with like geographics of extraterrestrial life, spacecraft. We have, I mean, we have like bunch of stuff like carved into stone, into rocks, to the side of the mountains in Peru, and we have bunch of stuff that dictates that we're not alone, whether it's in the biblical context or in the actual literal physical context, and it is up to debate until the end of times, until our time comes and and God reveals His humanity existence and the reason why once we reach heaven, uh, God first. Hopefully I've reached heaven, and I hope I see you too, Robert,
Oh
in
yeah.
heaven. So we would be balling in heaven. But anyway, let me show you this video. Let me see if I can. Okay, this happened a few days ago. There was an interview where Barack Obama actually admitted that aliens are real. Take a look.
I want to do a little bit of a lightning round here because it's not often I'll get access to the
Come on,
President
man.
of the United States. So, a couple questions here. Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't.
Do you catch that?
Yep. They're real, but I haven't seen them.
Look at it again.
United States. So, a couple questions here. Are aliens real?
They're real, but I haven't seen them, and they're not being kept in what is it?
Area 51?
Area 51. There's no underground facility, unless there's this enormous conspiracy, and they they hid it from the president of the United States.
What was the
What can you make of about that statement? And he went further to explain that there is no underground bases on Area 51. And I interview a ufologist in Puerto Rico, and we talk about it. It's in Spanish, but you can go to my library and see it. It has thousands of views. It went crazy. Uh, and we spoke about it. And not is in there's not only one, but there is many bases throughout United States. It's many bases throughout the entire planet, underground bases. And Area 51 is not the only one. I mean, you have S4, you have Dulce, you have like bunch of bases. But what
And
can you make up about it of him going deep into like there is no underground bases? That was not even the question. You know what I mean? Why he went even further? So what do you think, Robert?
well, I'm okay. So this made me realize that okay, guys, if there's no such thing as a secret underground basis,
Hmm.
base that's underground, I am gonna find there's a person that I like to follow. I'm weird this way, but when streaming on social media, you get
Yeah,
lost in certain things. Well, I see this guy that hikes. He goes through yep, many dummies around the US.
many dumps.
You know,
Oh yeah, that's like underground.
oh, many
It's an
dumps.
acronym.
Yeah,
Yeah,
acronym. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get that, but oh man. Okay. But yeah. So there's these facilities, and I'm gonna try to find this video just to show you guys because these are like underground base. This guy just goes through Google Maps and Google Earth. You've probably seen him, and he finds random places and he goes, you know what? I'm gonna hike up to that mountain and this and that, and then he finds out that there were like underground bunkers. And when you look the complexity of how they built these bunkers and they're abandoned, okay? So mind you, a lot of them are pre World War One. So
mm.
they're deep underground. Yep, deep underground military bases. You are absolutely right. And Angel
Angela Hope. Angela Hope.
Angel of
Thank
Hope.
you, Angela. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and guess what? We had another episode about that, about these bunkers and stuff. But again, let me just find this video and I'll show you guys. But these are before World War One, and you see how well built and designed and how. Come on, you're telling me we don't have an Area 51? I mean,
I
how
know.
how
So much
naive do
money.
you think we are? You know?
Right.
Oh man.
That's why I think we are stupid. I don't know. But let me see what else I got that video here. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can
Okay.
find
While
it.
you find the video, I have this news, and we were talking about the Miami incident about Fitz. I have this new clip that I found back in 2024. Take a look while Robert looking at the video. Take a listen.
Good evening, America. Tonight, we address a story that has been clouded in secrecy. We've attempted multiple times to bring you details about an ongoing federal investigation involving a New York resident named Fitz. However, the Pentagon and the Department of Homeland Security have denied us permission to report in full. What we can confirm is that Fitz was present at the Bayside Marketplace on January 1st, where he allegedly witnessed something classified. He captured footage of the event, and that footage, we are told, is of critical importance. As a result, he's missing, his whereabouts unknown, following weeks of surveillance and federal interest. The government has refused to release any further information, and we are being warned not to press deeper. But the American people have the right to know why a citizen, an ordinary witness, has disappeared. What is the government hiding? We will continue to push for answers despite the barriers we face. This is about more than one man. It's about transparency and accountability. Thank you for joining us. We will keep you informed as this story develops.
And
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I have more stuff, and I found a video about him, and we are going to talk about it because this is not the first time that happened throughout history that people actually capture videos or capture photograph, like actually high def photograph of alien or spacecraft, and
The
all of a sudden,
Bogosphere.
yeah, or the
Where's
book is
Yeah,
and,
that's still out there.
And all of a sudden, these witnesses ended up being silenced. Somehow they backtrack their story and they come up with crazy excuses, and no one's believed. Even us that we are conspiracy theories and like to dig in into these subjects, we know when something doesn't smell right. So, Robert, do you find the video that
Yeah.
you wanted to
Yes.
play?
Shout out to Josh the intern. That's who the guy is. And here's the video clip. This is just one. He finds many. Almost all his content, he's in Europe or wherever, and he's finding these bunkers. And my point is this: I know everybody knows that they exist,
Mm-hmm.
but this is my point, that look how complex it is. And these are just abandoned, meaning they built these hard, complex bunkers or bases, military bases that are abandoned, meaning you only do that when, like, who has abandoned houses? I can't afford to have abandoned houses, right? So if a government can have abandoned bunkers, they means they have a multitude of them. So that means this one's just like, it's throw it away. You know what I'm saying? So here we go.
Yep.
So, no audio. Here we
Leading
go.
underground. So of course, I had to head inside to explore it. I followed these stairs down into a small room that had a doorway leading into what looked like a cave. But this is when things started to get strange. As I followed the rock passageway deeper underground, I soon found myself in a maze of winding tunnels, each one leading to these small empty rooms. I spent some time exploring, hoping to uncover clues about what this place once was. I found nothing. That is, until I came across this staircase that took me even deeper underground. And that's when I came across this crazy discovery. It was a massive hole in the floor, so deep I couldn't even see the bottom. So what do you guys think was going on here? Well,
Did you see that?
Wow.
That he was already deep, and then
It went
look at
deeper.
that. It went deeper. So,
Wow.
I mean, if you're telling me this exists and it's abandoned, meaning just think of it like this: if I
Mm-hmm.
own homes, right, and if I have enough, so much that I can have the right to abandon one, I mean, what is
I
that
know.
telling you? You know?
I
So,
have a, I have a question for you. Could that be an entrance or an exit for a major network of bases? Like it
it
could
could
be an
be.
entrance.
We won't know. Who was this? This was Josh. Is He's goes under the name Josh the intern.
That's
It's on Facebook. I like following this dude because
right.
he finds these military bases and stuff like that
That's weird, man.
that are abandoned. Yep.
Never seen something like this, and it makes me believe that it is either uh, an abandoned just to probably go to nowhere, just a dead end, or it could be an entrance to a major base of networks of bases. It could be an entrance or an exit. You know what I mean? Either or. I mean, so man,
But
that's crazy.
again, you're telling me this was before World War I. You see how beautiful the cement work is down there, the stairs, the
Yeah.
complexity. Just imagine today, bro. Today
Oh,
with our technology, you
shit.
know.
You're talking
eh,
about massive, massive, massive bases. Let's okay. I have one more video about fits, and we will close the loop on fits on this one. And I want your thoughts, Robert, because this does not smell good. Go take a look.
Actually in a manhunt. This is actually just a film project, and it's like a little character that I've created around the Bayside thing. My bad if it affected you that way. I owe you one. You might not like me, but I still like you.
Hey, what's up, guys? So, as you can see, Fitz dropped this video a couple of hours ago acknowledging the fact that it was fake, it was a fictional character, it was just a story. He goes on to say that he wants to be a filmmaker, always wanted to be a filmmaker. He didn't take money from anybody, and he just wanted to do it for entertainment. Now, I give him credit for coming out. I think what happened was he saw that this thing was getting out of control and a lot of people were believing it.
Robert, Robert.
Hey, I will real quick. Shout out to Big Daddy Leo. I like this dude too.
Yeah,
But
I follow him on TikTok
he's
and
funny.
I like his content. Yeah, but bro,
Yeah, no.
when they come out with that, come on, man, it's something more involved. I mean, when you have like the three letter agencies involved in that
And they're
looking for you,
yeah. Hmm.
this is not like this is not fake.
Yeah, it's like how dumb do you think we got to be? You know what I mean? It's just kind
I
of
know,
like yeah, Fitz is he's asking who's Fitz. Fitz is the guy that filmed the stuff
quote
that
unquote
in
fail. I would say
Miami. Yeah.
quote
He
unquote.
okay, quote
They
unquote,
could make it up.
yeah, he was wanted by the federal government because he captured what was claimed at that Miami mall. That's why there was a hearing that we played earlier where this agent basically said uh, his whole name fits, and there's three other people that he had mentioned later that also had the same video. Because what we were talking about is if you filmed uh, a extraterrestrial or allegedly whatever you filmed, your phone now becomes classified. So if you leak it, you are now wanted for releasing classified information.
Yep.
So that's what they did for Fitz. They seriously, and isn't he disappeared right now, or he's missing,
Yeah, it's,
or
nobody seems to
nobody
find
knows
it.
what happened to this kid?
Because I tried to
And
look at his page and there is no
I
hits. I
mean
mean,
that I know of. Maybe I could be wrong, and
yeah,
I haven't really dug into. But that's the thing is Fitz. He came out and said that, and yeah, he later made this video, which we're looking at. The kid basically said, "Yeah, I made it up. I was just trying to be a film guy, and and that might be true, right? He might have happened to be at the mall, and he's like, oh man, I had already made this character up. That could be true, and that's why he was wanted. But I mean, for sake of thinking the other way too, that's what you would say when you get caught by the three letter agents. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. I only got
yeah, he
interested in the
disappeared from the
Miami story for
internet.
a
I
few
cannot
months.
find it.
Okay. Well, yeah. Angel Fitz is the guy from Miami. He's one of the guys that released a video and for Miami, what happened in Miami. And again, we all forgot about it. Everybody started to stop talking about it. And
Yeah,
something did go down there. We don't know. They want to say that it was a bunch of kids and all this stuff, but when the three-letter agency had to come and say, uh, yeah, you'll look him up later. Yeah, for real. Yeah. Let us know in the comments. We'll look into
yeah.
it
If
too.
you find it, let us know because I tried to find his actual TikTok and there is no hit. I mean, it's gone. It's like they erase it. They clean it
So
out.
we're trying to see it through both lens, right? If he did make it up, like Leo is trying to say in his thoughts, but at the same time, if it was true and the three-letter agency is looking for you, wouldn't you be saying that too? So it's like,
Yeah,
mm,
I mean,
you know.
once I get a hold of you, and I'm telling you, like if you release any documents, if you release especially classified documents, you leak them, it's either I believe it's between 15 and 25 years in prison, in federal prison, and man, you're done. Like if you release
For
classified
miss
documents,
Yeah,
you're
and
done.
Hillary, and unless you're Hillary Clinton, then
Unless you,
I believe it. Lots of smoke for there not to be any fire. Exactly. That's what we
yeah,
we played the clip of all those police officers. Like it was too many. Like
it's true.
like you said it perfectly. Too much smoke for there to be no fire. Come on now. It's
Yeah.
just like I don't know, man. It's just the thing that I will say is this: whatever it was, obviously Big Brother, the three-letter agency, didn't want us to know about it.
Mm-hmm.
And you got this kid Fitz saying, "You know what? I made it up." Again, I would be saying that too if Big Brother came storming in my house, and I don't want to go to federal prison. I mean, I'm not the Clintons, so I can't get out scot free.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that definitely, and this is just a a person that happened to it, and there is a lot of people that encounter the same thing, like the men in black, the people that come unannounced, and you took, like, let's say you take a picture or video, and they find out about it, they will go to your house, they will harass people, and people being talking about having such of images or videos or of extraterrestrial, and helicopters start hovering around, police come to their doors, strange
Over
people.
some teenagers fighting.
Yeah, yeah, and people go to other people's houses just to like intimidate you to either shut up, or they will come and raid your apartment and take everything away, every electronics, and basically ruin your life, and in
Hmm.
some sense scare you to basically disappear because there is nothing to be found about that guy. I tried to look it up on Instagram, tried to look it up on Facebook, tried to look it up on TikTok, and there is only people reacting to this event that happened, but there is no video or or handles that I can find the guy, and he just disappeared. He just gone, vanished. He just like, I think he just gave up and say, "I'm not going back to social media," and that's it. That's enough for me. So, man, that's crazy. Let us know what you think down below, man, because this is one of the many incidents that happened throughout United States. I mean, we have plenty of. I mean, we had the Arizona. Remember the Arizona lights?
Yep. Yep.
We
The
had the
Arizona. Yep.
that
But
that thing flew from like very slow, pitch black, but people saw it. Police
the
officers,
two, but
people. It's crazy.
the bogosphere. I
The bogus.
mean, it
Yeah,
looks fake and all that, but you
it's
get
real.
down to it, it's real. It's
Yeah.
they found a spear, and then there's the people that found it knew not to give it to the government. They didn't give it to the government. They gave it to these this private investigator journalist from Mexico who is
Mm.
all about in fact, let me show you some of the bogosphere. But yeah, they found out that,
If you can
hey,
find the images, I will find the video of Dr. Greer talking about it. Let me find the video
yes,
real quick.
bogosphere. The reason why it got that name because they found it in Boga, Colombia,
Oh,
and
Bogota. Yeah,
Bogota, Colombia. Yeah,
yeah.
and
It was for the bogus sphere.
okay, so guys, okay, so scientists already confirmed they don't know what it is. It's not man-made because it's an aluminum ball that's made out of aluminum and a bunch of other metals. And this is the craziest thing. It's there's wires in there like fiber optic because they x-rayed it. But the thing is, this spear has no welds, so it had to been cast. How do you cast wires and yeah, we're about to show it. We're about to pull it up. How do you get these wires and all this stuff in there? And then here's the most craziest thing: it can change its weight mass. They had weighted on scale, and it was weighing a certain amount of kilo because it's in Mexico, so they weigh by kilos, right? So they weighed it, and then out of nowhere, it went like from 30 kilos to like 300 kilos, and it was like, oh, they couldn't pick it up, and then it changed its mass again, its weight, and it was crazy, and it starts humming. Well, even crazier, they decided to look at the writings on it. Here, let me just get the picture because I'm sure you're probably like, man, what is going on here? What are you talking about? All right, so here we go. Let me share the screen. Is this one? This one. All right, here we go. This is the bogosphere. So
Yeah, it's a bogus.
you see these markings here? So on these markings, let me see if I can zoom it in. Yep. Okay. On these markings, um, there's these symbols on here. Well, there was a archaeologist. They said it's about like 12 inches, about 12 inches, I think. As you can see, that guy's hand. Oh wait, no, you can't see it. Let me zoom out a little bit. See this guy's hand. It's roughly about so it's the size of a soccer ball almost. But anyways, it freezes water but yet evaporates water. And then there's a guy that says, "Oh, we have one of those in the museum." And in fact, there's a lot of artifacts from Egypt, from the Incas, in the pyramids, artifacts that have these same symbols, these same symbols. So we made a whole episode about this. So we could start bringing it up and talking about it again because we I'm sure there's updates because this happened last year, right? Did it happen last year?
Yeah, it happened last year, and we played the video. We got heavily hit with shadow ban after we played that video.
Yeah, we
And
did.
yeah, we like they almost tanked our channel. They just like we were getting notification after notification, and not from the author. It was from YouTube, and they didn't want us to talk about it. But because we were in, I mean, we spent almost an hour and a half talking about it, from showing videos, where it come from, different videos of like different places of people filming the Bogosphere just flying around, doing, I mean, standing still for like minutes on end with no sound, just standing there, just levitating. It was crazy to see. But I'm trying to find out the video from
Oh,
the
hey, well, technically, look, it was discovered in March 2025.
yeah,
So,
last year. Yeah, we were right, last year. Man, everything happens so fast nowadays. It is
yeah,
crazy.
no. But I will say this though, the bogosphere, um, yeah, this is crazy because it's still in private hands, and the guy that found it on the ground and gave it to a private scientist, or no,
Mm-hmm.
he's not a scientist, he's like a journalist who talks about this type of stuff. He he was said he was offered money by China, Russia, and United States, and United States were the ones that threatened his life. So
Wow.
of course you were. I thought we had it. I'm glad it was Colombia. Yeah. Oh yeah. And so Russia went up there, try to give that guy money. Uh, United States said, "Hey, this is belong," but he's like, "I already sold it. I already gave it to." Uh, I can't remember that guy's name. Javier, right? Javier something.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's Jaime Munson,
Yeah, Jaime. Yeah. So this guy Jamie has it. He has it in his possession, but
and
you know,
they're moving from place to place to
constantly.
not be stolen, because they were trying to steal it. They're trying to steal because the technology is very exotic, and they trying to, like, they were
Dude, I'm
probably
telling you,
they were
there's videos when you get a
wide open
chance.
to see what is
Mhm.
going on.
Yeah, when you
They,
get a
they-
chance, look it up. There's videos where they're showing the scale and they can't pick it up and it reacts, it starts humming on certain things, which that's what
yeah,
they were saying that they check the radiation, there's no radiation, and it's something with water. They don't know what it is, but it energized with water. So
that's crazy.
it's just crazy. And the videos are out there. I'm gonna just look one up. Just uh,
Yeah, I'm trying to find the book
Boga
here, which is more common.
fear.
But yeah, man, this is the world that we live in, man. We got a lot of stuff that is going on that we not even know. And as you probably guys know, you probably heard about the USO, which is like unidentified submergible objects, which is they come from the water without making a splash or sound, and take up to the sky, up to the up to space, and do weird stuff. And you probably seen the Tic Tac, the guys of the Navy on the F-18, they were able to capture an image of that so-called Tic Tac just above the water, and they were tracking that for minutes, and they saw it climb up to 20,000 feet, back down to 10 feet in a matter of seconds, which is like almost impossible.
Which they were saying that the boga sphere, they have videos of it a bunch of videos of it now. It makes sense because there's these orbs that they keep seeing, and that's how that's how they know that it because of the videos that they fly a certain way. Some people think it's how old did they say it looked like it was from? Well,
That's
okay, so that's what I'm trying to find right now. There's the clip where one of the archaeologists was like, "We have that. We already have that. We found that same orb or a orb that looks like that in the 70s in a pyramid, but they thought it was just like a piece of jewelry or a piece of something, and they didn't know that it was that." And again, I have my suspicions. Again, I do believe in the Bible, and I think this is the orb is probably a piece of one of the angels, uh, which the Bible describes this angel with an angel that has a big eye with a bunch of eyes that are orbs. And again, yes, that's how you spell it. Yep. He's asking if this is how you spell it. Uh,
Bogosphere. Yes.
yep.
Yes.
Yep.
You're right.
Uh, or I think it's BU. Yeah, BUGA maybe. I think. Hold
Yeah.
on.
It probably, if you search it, it probably come up like that. It probably just appear or correct you if you're wrong. But I think it's like that, like she has it. But I mean, there is so many stuff that is unknown to us, and the government been hiding it. I mean, Bob Lazard, for example, Bob Lazard. It is just crazy how he came up and he was not silenced. You know what I mean? But Bob Lazar came with a claim in the Joe Rogan show and so many other podcasts that that he actually worked on extraterrestrial uh, projects, like not from this planet, and they duplicate. Sometimes they just like back engineer those aircraft, and they have similar. They can they cannot fly the same, but they were able to work around, and United States possess like artificial aircraft, like extraterrestrial aircraft, and the United States also possess uh, human-made alien aircraft, which is crazy. And we probably see it, like we probably seen it with all this explosion in technology, like lasers, proportion that we have done in the last 20 years. It is crazy the leap on technology uh, that we have like compared to 50-year past. Now we are leaping faster in a shorter amount of time. We're just like catapulting in technology every single day, and that's crazy. I cannot imagine us again look back and probably like 20 years from now, man, this will be a dinosaur. You know what I mean? This will be
Yeah,
just a dinosaur.
it would be
And
like the 1997 cell phones where
yeah,
it's like a big
those
thing.
Nokias. Yeah, those Nokias. Remember the Nokias that people
Yep.
by the way, somebody said they found a Nokia uh like in the house. They're just like they were kind of gathering stuff to garage sale, whatever,
Yeah.
and they found a Nokia, and they still have charge on it.
Dang. Them things are crazy, man.
They turned it on, it still has charge, and it was working and everything. I was like, man, that's crazy. That is crazy.
But
So Robert, well, I think we're close to show.
well,
You have anything else, brother?
I was gonna show. I'm gonna put a link of it's called the Explainer. It's on YouTube where they basically explain exactly what like a rundown. It's so far they kind of break it down, what they know, what the facts, and if you just want to see a summary. But I encourage you guys to basically research yourself, and find out. Face blue smiling. But yeah,
Okay, right
it's
here. I think I found a video of Dr. Greer claiming on the Burgosphere. Go ahead, play
go
that
for it.
video.
Oh, you want to play this video or
Yeah,
play?
go ahead, play it.
Okay, here we go. Let me share this one. Boom. This one.
Yeah, go ahead,
Here we
play that
go.
video.
All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something that pretty much appeared out of thin air and has become this this global obsession. We're talking about the boogosphere. So what is the boogosphere? It seems like a simple question, right? But oh man, it has kicked off this huge debate. Is it some ancient artifact, a probe from another world, or just a really, really clever hoax? To figure this out, we got to go back to the beginning. You know, the whole thing just blew up because of this one single post on X. It was August 6th, 2025. This news account, at 15 News, drops these images, and boom. What was just a local curiosity in Colombia suddenly became this massive international mystery, like literally overnight. Okay, so to really get a grip on all this controversy, we've got to rewind.
Okay, so y'all get that. You know, that's a perfect of them. You get that. I'll put that video on the link. But here is the video that where are you at? Is it this one? Let me see. Is it this one? This one? This one. Here we go. All right. This is the video. Here we go. So we will let me get ready to play it.
Yeah, that's the video that I found about. I was looking for it. Man, they were hiding that video good.
Here we go.
This is some of the symbol translation that we initially got.
Uh-oh. What's going on here?
Yeah, the
this
internet.
is some of the symbol translation that we initially got on the proto-transcript. I just mentioned that we have just received a new translation. And, oh, do I have it somewhere? I guess it wasn't put up here.
See, I knew
Or
it.
I can find it. I don't know. So this just came in. Now, how interpretive this is, I don't know. It's an ancient language expert looking at the symbols who's a Proto-Sanskrit expert. I know Sanskrit, I don't know Proto-Sanskrit. So I can't verify, but this is what Jaime Masson has just sent us last night. When I think it's very interesting. You know, in the beginning, the principle one, the spirit through the word, brought forth the birth of races and lineages, where everything was imbued with the purpose of spreading and bestowing upon the sun, the sky, the radiance, the light of the universe, and the realm of the seven worlds, the planets and the gods. Then came the lunar phases, the harvests and the sowing. The land was secured and cultures were formed, governed by the two principal movements, each with its own direction. It was then that abundance, teaching, and knowledge were bestowed. This was manifested from the highest, the most sublime, and the perfect. It was then that the vortex was created with a great roar. Likewise, the wheel of time, the astronomical wheel, was created, manifesting in the cycles of the earth. Afterward, the absolute and highest draws nearer for the manifestation of good and the generation of virtues, respect for the sacred, surrender to truth, and the expression of spiritual strength and heroism through harmony and perfect synchronicity.
Wow.
Next.
Right, that's my
Then
So-
the residence of the 30 gods is established.
Oh, keep going.
Go ahead.
So yeah, just to touch on real quick and add to it, this is basically what he is reading on those bogosphere. I think it is. I think I believe it is the key of the uh, of humanity. Is describing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and you know, again, he's basically saying, right, that he's not really sure how clear that translation is, but he's going because these texts seem to be close to what the Aztecs and the Mayans
Mhm.
and I just want to share this real quick. So in the Bible, it talks about this angel with wheels as eyes. The and the best way they depict it is or draw it is like this. Oh wait, what did I do with that big? Oh, hold on. And what I'm trying to get at is that I believe it's this creature right here, right? I believe this is an angel of God. I believe these eyes, that these orbs, is the bogosphere. I think they're part of the bogosphere. And
Mm,
the thing is, the reason why they, it probably wasn't eyes, but what was the best way for that guy to describe surveillance? Because they probably knew that this angel had surveillance tools. So the best way they could describe it is they could see everything with that. They could see
mhm,
this, they could see that. So they just, best way to describe it is it had eyes because it could see everything. So these spears are, and what we seen, it's recording data, it's seeing things, because in other videos you'll see where the sphere reacts to different whatever, if a person comes through and whatever their intentions are, it just doesn't do anything. To some people, it reacts. So again, I don't know, man. I honestly think this is something that, and I know that what I'm about to say is probably not what everybody wants to hear, but this is from the fallen angels, the ones that are following Lucifer, and his whole point of this is to confuse us and make us think, oh, they're aliens. They're aliens. And now our focus is, well, God isn't real if aliens are real, right? But he's
mhm.
decoding the text. What you just said, Julio, that is correct. He's decoding this text, and it almost sounds close to what the Bible says. And even though this angel is a fallen angel, it would make sense that his armor, his tools, will have the scripture written all over it, because that was where he was once aligned with our God, and now he's doing as what the Lucifer wants to do what you will. And again, that's my opinion, that's what I think. You guys are free to speculate, but you want me to continue with this?
Yeah, go ahead, play the last portion, and hopefully it gives us a clear answer of what it says, because it's very interesting.
Here we go. uh
Having done this, Indra's great ship, commanded by the god of the atmosphere and the sky, moved freely with a great roar, for he had charged the great solar warrior with ending evil on earth. Finally, after the ship departed, it left a warning of danger, the shattering of worlds by atomic disasters, solar explosions, or destruction, where everything could end due to our decisions and our responsibility, forever destroying the great life essence, the breath and the lifeblood of creation. Is that where it ends? Yeah. Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
meditate on that for a moment.
So, so basically, it is like he describing the Bible. It sounds like the last word of Jesus before he left. Remember that
yeah.
that he just like, I came, I save you. You know the path now, and I will leave, and I will leave you with this and the commitments, and that's what it's describing there. Like, now you are on your own free will, and you choose what to do, and it's describing basically what are we doing nowadays. We are just killing each other, and we are just not doing the right thing. And I guess the boogosphere explain the consequences of it, like how we gonna end up if we're not following the righteous path. That's my opinion.
And it got, and in the book, in the book of Revelation, first, second, and third of John, it starts telling that uh in the end of times we're not going to know what's right from good. I mean,
And it's
going
happening
now,
now.
it's happening now. I'm shifting to the news. For example, there was this man who was a transgendered man who
Oh yeah, we
shot up
posted
people
this.
in a hockey game.
He
And
shot he shot his ex-wife. That was his ex-wife and his son that he murdered, and that happened last night in a hockey game in, I believe, in Rhode Island. It happened last night. I couldn't sleep, and I jumped to my phone, and I asked Grok like, "Hey, what's new? What is?" I always use AI for my news, and that pop up, and I read through it, and I was like, "Man, that's crazy how he's all he's like this person is murdering his ex-wife, his own son, and he wounded the grandparents too. The
Yeah.
grandfather ended up being wounded,
Yeah, because it
so
was like five people that got hurt, right?
he
Five
got
people
five
that got
people got
hurt.
hurt. Yep. So let me find the Bible verse that I would like to read, and it's profound.
It says, MRB
No, no, not
says,
that one. Oh
maybe
yeah, go ahead.
maybe it's alive in its own way, and those writings are probably as tattoos on it. Yeah, well, and see, the thing is, that's what I think. MRB, I think that um just like our military, like if you look at our F-16s, it has our logo, and China has their logo. I feel like these orbs are really like part of his um like tools or weapons that has the insignia. It says, so sad, so much demonic spiritual influence going out there. Yeah, that is true, and it's gonna get worse. And it is what it is. All we can do is just keep practicing and praying to God, and hope that everybody, we're supposed to be like Noah. Get on the ark, guys. Get on the ark. Come to Jesus. Come to Jesus. Don't worry about, you know, who's telling
Yeah.
you to go to Jesus. Just go to Jesus, get on the ark, and that's all you need. That's it. And just give him a shout, give him a try. He's real as you and me, but the enemy's trying to distract with the Epstein files, the rituals that these evil elites are doing, you know that they've been doing, that we've known this from the beginning of the Old Testament. All the how humans are just being humans living in the flesh, and that's the true uh 666 is the number of humans, not of evil. It's humans. The human nature is evil. We're all evil. I'm evil. You're evil. We need Jesus. He's the only one that gives us redemption, and he purchased us through salvation. But let's know that let's know this though. Whatever comes, have faith that he's gonna get us through this, and
Yeah.
we just gotta pick up our cross and keep chugging along.
All right. Let me read this Bible verse. I cannot share it with you because it's a large file. You will not be able to see it. But I will read this Bible verse before we head out for the evening. It's Proverbs 34. 30, yeah, 30. It is, who has gone up to heaven and come down, whose hands have gathered up the wind, who has wrapped up the waters in a cloak, who has established all the end of the earth. What is his name? And what is what is the name of his son? Surely you know. Sure. It is that I saw it earlier and early this last week, and I kind of resonate of even that was in the Old Testament, not even, or they were already proclaiming his upcoming in the
Yep,
Old
yep,
Testament. So
yep.
it is crazy. You probably see in Alshamud, and
Yep.
somebody challenged him. I would post a clip. Somebody challenged him like they will not mention the Son of God or the name of Jesus in the Old Testament, and then he pulled up Proverbs 34, and it was just crazy.
He's Yeshua is in all the Bible, even the Old Testament, and that's
Yeah,
what people don't understand.
it's
That
deep.
yeah, he is the true Yeshua. Yes, Yeshua. He is
Yeshua.
the true Messiah, and Messiah means the chosen one.
Amen.
Um, and
Let me show you
yep.
this, man. This is good, and I hope you see.
Oh yeah, Sam Shamu. Yeah.
So why is it that
Okay, just take a look at this, and
in the Old
very
Testament
fun.
there's no mentioning of a son?
Who told you there's no
Jesus.
mentioning? I'm going to give you a mention. I can give it to you. Here, Proverbs 30, verses 3 and 4. Hold on, my friend.
But don't play no games.
I gave you the verses. Proverbs chapter 30, verses 3 and 4. What games? Let me read it. I'll give you the link to the Hebrew. I neither learned wisdom nor have knowledge of the Kadoshim. Kadoshim is plural of Kadosh, holy ones. I don't have knowledge of the holy ones, meaning these holy ones are beyond my ability to understand. Now watch this. Who has
Who has
ascended?
gone up to heaven and come down?
Yes.
Whose hands have gathered up the wind?
Go ahead.
Who has wrapped up the waters in a cloak?
Keep going.
Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is the name of his son?
Bam!
This doesn't really say to me that God is mentioning that he has a son.
Hold on. Who is the one that controls the winds and the waters and ascends and descends? You tell me that's not God?
Well, we believe.
Who
we
is
believe
it in that verse? It says, what is his name? And what is his son's name? So God and his son do that together.
So why is it that
Amen to
Damn.
that.
Amen.
Amen to that. He will be. He's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. He was,
Mhm.
he is, and he will be.
Amen.
Amen. All right, brother. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Tomorrow, same time, around 6:45, 7 p.m. We are back. Also, if you are in Texas 8th District, which is Montgomery County, like Conroe, Magnolia, uh, parts of Springs, parts of Katy, Waller County, like if you are in District 8, go ahead and support our friend Nick Tran. Today, it is start the
Early voting.
actual early voting, and let me pull up his
Nick
let me pull
Tran.
up, let me pull up his page right here on the screen. Let me pull it up. Here we go. I know it is slow. Screen share. Hold on, screen share. Okay, hold on. Why I'm not seeing it?
Individual named Fitz.
We often
I want to do a little bit of a lightning round here.
Good evening, America.
I'm trying to pull it up. Let me see here or this. Okay, let me stop sharing. Let me share it again. This is kind of glitchy now. There we go. Finally, got it. Done deal. Sorry about that. Sorry for the crazy
The delay.
the delay. All right, this is Nick Tran. If you're in the District 8 and it doesn't matter, like if you are a conservative, I would go for this guy. He have not take a cent from APAC. He have not taken a cent from big corporation. All his donations are from me and you, the grassroots. He's been campaigning hard since last year. We did an interview together, I believe last August. Last August we did an interview. It was a great interview. Uh, we talked for almost 2.5, 2 hours, something like that. It was crazy story that he has, a veteran, a father, a God fearing man, and he loved this country a lot. Like he gave it all. He fought 3 wars. He fought
Three.
in 1991, and then he fought again in Iraq and Afghanistan. So a great guy to follow. Go ahead, give him a follow. Look it up on Facebook. Look it up on YouTube. Look it up on X. Nick Tran. You can find the Nick Tran for Congress.com or no, NickTransforTexas.com. That's his page. And you go ahead and donate and do as you need to do to support him. If you're in District 8, go ahead, vote for him. You will not regret it. So, oh, by the way, he was endorsed by General Flynn and Alan West and many other great patriots and veterans. So, go ahead, give him a follow. And with that being said, Robert, you have anything to say before we go?
Well, guys, thank you for joining. You guys from X, Facebook, and YouTube. This was a very again. These just keep going by fast, man. Before we know, it's already an hour and 17 minutes. But
I know.
thank you,
Brother,
guys.
I have a surprise for you, Robert, and for those guys that are seeing us right now. I forgot to tell you from the beginning. Tomorrow we are going to touch the topic of people going to hell and coming back to tell us what they saw. So that's going to be a great, great, great podcast tomorrow. Great show. Well, we're going to have a lot of clips of people that going to hell and going to heaven. So we're gonna talk about it. It might be an hour and a half long video, but it will be well worth it. A lot of information and a lot of videos to see. So thank you guys. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share the channel, and God bless America. God bless our troops, and above all, God bless you. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys.